I have my candle going because Theo expresses anal glands over here. And I was trying to breathe through my mouth and I just blew out my candle. And that was masking the smell of this little man. But whatever. I wanted to come on and talk about intermittent fasting. Theo, would you stop? My toddler, man. Oh my God. So, a lot of people have been they're DMing me, asking me about intermittent fasting. You know, what should my times be? How many meals should I be eating? How do I know if it's right for me? And I'm gonna start with, how do you know if it's right for you? You have to experiment for yourself if it is good for you. A lot of people do respond very well to intermittent fasting. I've had my clients on it for about 4 or 5 years. They've all loved it, done great, completely thrived. I have done intermittent fasting for 15 years, except for now that I'm pregnant. But if you are new to fitness and you don't know what to start with, I don't recommend right off the bat going into fasting, especially if you're trying to do a fasted workout, something of that sort. I always recommend eating something small before the gym and just see how you respond to that. If you do get lightheaded or dizzy, you do need to add in some more food. If you thrive with working out on an empty stomach, then intermittent fasting is a great fit for you. I personally thrive on fasted workouts, so that is why I've always chose to do intermittent fasting, even when I was told I was wrong for doing it. I had a lot of trainers bashing me, telling me that, oh, you just don't want to eat, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I love food. I will take it anytime I can. But when I eat before my workouts, I notice I don't perform as great as I'd like to. So that is why I chose to do it. Figuring out how many meals you need to eat throughout the day, that's a personal choice. I do really well when I eat 2 meals a day. Because I'll just do something right after the gym, then I'm usually working all day, and then I'll do a dinner. So I will usually have my first meal at 11 and my last meal at like, I start cooking at like 6, 5 or 6. So my eating windows were 11 to 6. Sorry, my dogs are so loud. But sometimes they would change. This is where a lot of people get nervous with intermittent fasting. If you pick a time window, I have to commit to it and that is it. No, you can switch it up. So I had, you know, when my guy and I have to go out for his business dinners and stuff, I would change my eating windows from 12 or 1 until 7 or 8 at night because all the doctors want to go out and eat late. So I just adjusted my schedule for it. I didn't want to be that person that was like rude at dinner, like, oh no, I don't eat past this time. Can't be like that. So I would just switch up my windows and it was that simple. So a lot of people want to know like, how do I know like what time frame is going to work good for me? And you have to figure out what is best for your schedule. If you work nights, you obviously want to be eating through the night so you have energy to get through the night. You know, if you're working throughout the day like I do, you know, working or eating at 11 and about like 6 o'clock were great for me. And then, you know, like going back to the whole meals, I kind of skimmed through that, sorry, pregnancy brain. But so I would thrive off those 2 meals. And I still ate enough calories for the day, so they were big meals. And it took me a good like 30 or 40 minutes just to eat my food. And but it was enough food to make sure that I was fueled and feeling good. And you know, there are some people that I talk to that only eat 1 meal a day. There's some people that will fit 4 meals in with their eating window, and it's totally up to you. Whatever feels right to you is what you should be doing. Start off with 3 meals, and if you feel good with that, stick with that. If you feel like you're too full, cut back to 2. I would never go under 2 just because I love food. So yeah, but I'm really excited to get back to intermittent fasting once I'm not pregnant. But for now, we are eating whenever we want, which is nice. But definitely excited to get back to the intermittent fasting because my my energy is solid through the day. I'm not going like this. I'm not having those spikes and lows. It's just even, and I don't have to worry about constantly eating, which was a huge part of why I chose to do the whole fasting. Was so many bodybuilders that I had worked out with were like, you need to be eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. And I'm like, who has time for that? I'm busy. So I would get worked up and overwhelmed every time someone would sit there and be like, you have to be eating. I'm like, oh my God, well, it's 4 hours now. I just screwed up on my diet. Might as well go eat some Ben and Jerry's and call it a day. Screwed up on my diet. I'm a failure. Can't do this. And I would just tap out because it was just so overwhelming and it was annoying to me. So now doing a whole intermittent fasting lifestyle has just worked a lot better for me. Like I said, I've been doing it for pretty much 15 years, except for now that I'm pregnant. So pretty much the last 9.5 months, I have been eating from the second I wake up until I go to bed. And it's all just to make sure she's happy and healthy, and that's it. But if you guys have any questions with intermittent fasting, feel free to DM me if you need help figuring out your schedule, how many meals to have, anything of that sort. Feel free to reach out, or I have a free training on how to break the cycle of constantly starting over. So I do talk about fasting, stuff of that sort in my free training. So if you are lost on what to eat, you know, what diets, what exercises work for you, then join my free training. Link is in the bio. And if you have any questions, reach out to me and I am happy to help you.